Hello, Internet. I am Insane Lane, as well as a Canadian girl. And today, we have a puppy. He says hello. Oh, he says hi. I want you to come say hi to everyone, because I'm a puppy. See, what he's worked out is that when I'm talking to the computer, I'm going to be sitting here for a few minutes, and that means he can get attention. He's smart sometimes. About the important things. Right? Aren't you? As I was saying, yeah, you're so cute. Today we have police teach extremely entitled woman she doesn't make the rules, and there's a little bit of a sob sit A1 vibe to this one, from what I remember.
On October 20th, 2024, officers were dispatched
I
to a
didn't
public
forget you.
facility for a trespassing complaint. The manager of the facility let police know that a woman was working in an area that was not open to the public.
Okay,
When
so
police
that's a
confronted
problem.
the woman, she didn't want to hear anything they had to say.
What it's my
It's like
understanding
a
that
golf
someone's asked you
place.
to leave. Is that a problem? Yeah, you do have to.
So where even
based
is
on this being
she?
private property.
It's not. It's public.
It's not.
Because this is like a patio.
That doesn't mean it's open to the public, especially right now.
It's part of the park, which is why it's open to the public even right now.
Not this area. This area is clearly fenced in.
Yeah, and this is clearly like a
was open so
private
that you
facility
could
because
get
it's
it.
really expensive.
And I've worked here on several nights. The security guy knows that I come here and work, and it's never
that
been
doesn't
an
mean
issue.
it. I understand that it might have been okay in the
I
past.
wonder if that's true.
I don't have to show it to you.
You actually do, because you're being accused of kind of trespassing. And a couple other things. Well, actually, it would just be trespassing because they told her to leave and she didn't. But I'm curious what this place is. Like, to me, it looks like a golf course or like a driving range. But she's got like a huge bag. She's got a laptop set up. She's got her phone plugged in. Like, I'm curious, like, what she's actually doing. Is she actually working on something, or is she just a nuisance, or does she usually come here and now suddenly it's a problem? Or
if you leave right now, you don't have to
Hi.
show it to me. He's asked you to leave, so technically you've already. He does.
If he's the manager, he
He
does.
does have the authority.
What's your? I thought you said you were the tech guy. That sounds.
I'm the technical director. I run the building.
You don't need.
Listen,
Ah.
ma'am, just talk to me.
He doesn't
Just
need
talk.
to get aggressive, and he's even
He's not
saying
getting-
he's
he's not getting
he just said,
aggressive.
I'm getting aggressive.
He's not getting
He
aggressive.
is, but he's not supposed to.
Will you listen to me?
We might need to
listen,
call your
listen very
supervisor.
carefully to what I'm saying. He has warned you. I'm recording too. It's okay.
Branif, BRANIFF.
Yes, ma'am. He has asked you to leave already.
3 times.
Right.
That's a warning. So you've already been warned, and you're still here. You can be
Yeah.
arrested for that. I don't want
Yep.
to have to
This
arrest
is
you.
public property. This guy's threatening me.
No,
Would
it's
you please call
not.
your supervisor? Would you mind doing that?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Thank you very much. Let's
Okay.
do that now.
I love the exasperation in the cop's voice.
It's public property.
No, it's not.
Hey, sir. Can you
I can tell by looking at it, this is not going to be public property because, like I said, it's way too expensive. This is a very elaborate building. It's some kind of sports arena that's going to be privately owned. Even if it is in a park that is public, that doesn't mean the buildings and facilities are open all hours.
Can you go see the other units
Thank you
there?
very much. I
Okay.
appreciate it. I'm sorry
right.
we're having this disagreement or
Yeah,
this
it's okay.
a difference of opinion on
It's
it.
okay.
I know it is public property. I know that if you look it up, you'll see that it's public property.
No.
This is closed. You can tell it has a lock on it, not going in, kind of like the library, right? But this isn't. And there's a
So
huge
if the library's
difference
doors
there.
are locked,
Mhm.
if the library's doors are locked and you go inside and you refuse to leave, is that trespassing in your mind?
Yes.
See, this isn't locked. This
That's
isn't
not
in.
what I
Break it
asked
out.
you. That's
You're
not what I
you're not
asked you.
comparing apples to apples. You're comparing apples.
Hey, sir. I got it.
Thank you.
Okay,
So
that
this
guy.
isn't like that because this is
That guy is like getting on my nerves a bit. Like, dude, I get you want her gone. I have a feeling he's looking to lock up for the night and go home, which I don't blame him for being pissed off that he's having to stay late because of this lady. But you called the cops. They're here. Let them deal with it. Go sit in your car and listen to some tunes.
part of a public park that's open till midnight. So there's a huge difference there. This is outside.
Yes, the
I'm not,
park
like,
is
going
open till
into a
midnight,
closed
not the building.
place, right? This is open, and there's nothing that says they can't be here. We know it's part of the park. We legitimately
Listen,
know.
it's very important.
Other parts of the
Okay, it's time for you to listen. I've been listening now. It's time for you to listen. It's very important that you do what I tell you, okay? It's very important that you follow commands. Now turn around, face that way, put your hands behind your back.
Why?
Don't fight.
Because now I'm
Do not
arresting
fight.
you.
You've been warned multiple times. I've given you multiple chances to leave, and you will not do it. This gentleman has authority.
I'm sorry.
You could have walked away.
I asked him to call a supervisor. He said that he would call a supervisor, and so I was waiting for him to call a supervisor.
No, you leave when you're told to leave.
I'm hoping you didn't lie about that.
Well, actually, I think you have to call your supervisor.
Yeah. This
Would
is
you
my,
please call your
this
supervisor?
is my badge.
What you told me you were
Okay.
going to call your
Let me go back.
supervisor, and I was waiting for you to do that.
I don't like.
She has a fair argument there.
The way you're acting, like now you're going to jail. Have you ever been in jail before?
Yeah,
It sucks. You
yeah.
could have just walked away.
Why didn't
Everything
you?
could have been fine.
Why-
A decent defense attorney could probably get this dropped on what she just said, that she asked for a supervisor. He said he would get one. I don't think that he did. I despise it when cops lie like that. I get they're allowed to lie to people, and there's times where it's perfectly fine. This isn't one of them. Because it makes it seem like the cop doesn't want like that oversight. He doesn't want a superior because maybe he's doing something wrong. But then her saying like, well, I told him to call a supervisor, so I was waiting for the supervisor, and that's why at that time I didn't leave. She could very well get the case dismissed based on that. Because that is a reasonable assumption because the cop said he was getting a supervisor and he didn't. Now, like, was she told to leave before that? So you could still argue she was still trespassing before the cops got there? Yes, you can totally make that argument. I have no idea which one would win, but it's the kind of like nuisance you don't want. Because she strikes me as the type that if they actually try to prosecute this, which I highly doubt they will, because it's a flippin' trespassing charge, and no like prosecutor's gonna waste their time going to court over this. But on the off chance they do, like she strikes me as the type that would literally make them go through an actual trial for this. Which, like, again, there's 1,000 ways out of that.
Why didn't you just call your supervisor? Why did you
What does that
lie
have
to
to do with
me and
anything?
tell me you were going to call your supervisor when you didn't?
Yes, she knows.
Yes, it does matter.
It
You
does
have
matter.
protocol, and
I'll
you
take
have to follow
This female
it.
cop's a bitch, by the way.
Let's walk. Come on. Go get your stuff. Come on.
Like, she's condescending.
Don't go through my stuff. You don't have permission
Well, you
to
don't do it. Come on.
go through it.
Come on. Come on. Be careful going down the stairs, please. We're going through it, so it's irrelevant. Just walk down the stairs. Come on.
What's your name?
Hartman. Hartman.
I want you to
H-A-R-T-M-A-N.
call your supervisor.
Come on,
You
we're-
promised me you would.
We're going to the
You
car.
told me you were calling
Come
your
on.
supervisor. I was waiting
Oh,
for you to call your supervisor.
Let's go this way. All right, that's fine. You don't
Okay,
need to.
she's
You don't need a
obnoxious.
supervisor.
The cop.
No,
Yeah, you
Like,
do.
we don't.
You're
this
I've been
condescending
here for 10
bullshit
years.
doesn't need to be
Today's my
happening.
10th year.
Happy anniversary.
Thanks.
That's a lot of chairs.
10th year.
This is public land.
I just want a public sandwich. And I have tried 3 times and I haven't. And I have a bag of M&Ms and I haven't had sugar all day long. And I care about the M&Ms. I do. I know.
Okay, so officer, are you in need of medical attention for your low blood sugar?
Well, it's a fact.
Like,
Thank you, though.
Well, I was under the impression that you didn't have to, and you know what, he told me he was going to.
Okay, well,
So why would he tell me he's gonna
he's a
call
newer
him?
officer.
I'm
I'm a senior
waiting.
officer and I'm telling you no.
Yeah, but you arrested me based on something that he said he was,
That's
he
called
was gonna
good
call a
faith.
supervisor.
Oh my gosh, there's mosquitoes in here. Let's go this way.
So he lied to me?
We go. You just
So that you could arrest me?
No.
Oh my God.
You're wild.
Seriously?
Ma'am, this is,
I'm
this is-
what? I'm wired?
This is way too much. This is you're wild.
I'm
This is way too.
okay, how new is this cop if she thinks this woman is wild? She's at this woman, you know, she may have a couple of her facts wrong, but she's being incredibly calm. She's been calmer than either of these cops. You know, she's going with them. I think the cop might be a little lost in this very, very large facility. But, like, if you think this lady's wild, did you start yesterday? Because you kind of sound like you did.
Too much for all this. You could have just left.
No, you could have just
Here's the
called your
difference.
supervisor like you said you were going to.
I didn't even hear any of that, and it doesn't matter.
Well, he did, and he should have told you.
You're not his boss.
And you need
He's
to
a
call
big-
your
Yes, but he shouldn't lie about something like that.
I'm asking you to call your
No,
supervisor.
you don't need a supervisor.
Yes, I do need
what?
you to call a supervisor.
Oh, I think
Is
we're
that
in
a
Florida.
supervisor?
That's Sunshine.
That's what?
That's Sunshine.
Would you please call your supervisor?
Ma'am, I don't know.
Sunstar?
I'm searching you.
The
I'm
newspaper?
not used to people grabbing my boobs.
And I didn't grab your boobs. I'm searching you.
Well, you need to tell me when
Okay.
you're putting your hands on my chest.
Right now you're under arrest.
I understand.
Okay, this officer can officially suck my dick. Like, her attitude is atrocious. And yes, ma'am, you do need to tell someone before you put your hands on them to search them. Saying you're under arrest in that tone is the cop saying basically you have no rights to anything, including basic decency, dignity, or respect right now, and I'm going to do whatever the hell I want. Like, you need to tell someone before you start touching their body and searching, especially in like raw and private areas. It's basic human respect. Like, again, there's so much wrong with how this is being handled, and this is for something stupid. Like, this whole thing is stupid. The lady should have just left, even if she is telling the truth about she's usually allowed to work there, or maybe somebody else doesn't have a problem with it, but this guy does. What does it matter, lady? Just go home. So this is an arrest for stupid, definitely, but the cops are the ones like freaking the attitude just, it gets to me. There's no need for it. When something is your job, you should always be professional, and this, the lack of professionalism, the whining, the condescending, like, you know, the person being arrested again is sounding like the most calm, stable person here. That should not be the case.
Stan,
Okay.
you told me you were going to call your supervisor.
And this is another reason you shouldn't lie to
Everything.
people,
Because I
because
was
then they're just going to be
waiting
pissed.
for you
Come on.
to contact your
And what
supervisor.
kind of cooperation you think you're going to get?
You said he was coming or she was coming.
I'll
I'm supposed to be able to
What is with her sing-songing? Lady, shut up.
Very much.
Why? I know
Yeah,
it's a joke.
Ha ha
Funny, right?
ha. Please sit down. This is too many words. Thank you.
Really?
God bless America.
What does "this is too many words" mean, bitch? Like, you see what I mean? Like, just the attitude is, it's on my last nerve. Like, I've seen good female cops, I really have. I've seen amazing female cops. But just recently, the last 2 years, I think, due to probably, like, they have, like, quotas to fill on number of, like, female cops because they're trying to do, oh, we have equality and we're diverse and all that stuff, which you should have, but it doesn't mean you lower standards or quality to do it, which is what they've done. Like, that is a proven fact. They have been lowering the standards, not just for cops. Like, let's be clear, not just for cops, firefighters, doctors, like nursing. I'm trying to think of other like equally important, serious professions that are having trouble making their numbers, but those are the big ones. So their way of like, you know, because they're understaffed, to make up the numbers, we just lower the expectations, but then you get unqualified people, and there's been this like wave of, you know, for me, I call them like the queen bee type. Like, y'all knew one in school, right? That girl who was the most popular, but she was also the meanest, most evil, deceitful person in the school. That's how it goes. You know, absolute treacherous nightmare person. And they never change. You know, and they're the ones that are the cheerleaders and the beauty queens and, you know, want to marry the football star, but they're evil. And now when there's more options, you know, some of them wind up being cops.
Hey man, will you give me your name?
Yeah, you actually failed to get her ID, so
Okay, you have to give me your name. If you don't give me your name, I'm going to charge you with obstruction.
My name on that ID that you just picked up. It has my
Where's your?
name on
Do
it.
you have a photo ID?
she has a point.
Rummage through my belongings without my permission. You have no right to go through my stuff.
She did say they were going through her stuff. And she had a purse, so
Christine
presumably,
Scott?
I keep the bags.
so you knew her name, officer, because you just said it.
I didn't actually. Never going through my
Yeah, he clearly found it in her purse, so don't think you can get her for obstruction.
If his supervisor can hear this, I have asked for a supervisor and I expect the supervisor to show up. It's a chain of command and he has an obligation when a person asks him. For
He
a
doesn't,
supervisor,
actually.
and
That
I asked
doesn't
that
excuse the
lady
lying
for-
about it, though.
You guys saw police officers or detectives?
It actually depends, because I've heard it both ways. I'm assuming in this jurisdiction, somebody asking for a supervisor does not obligate them to call one. In other places, I have heard that it does. That as soon as somebody asks for a supervisor, the cop has to call for a supervisor and then wait. So it's quite the stall tactic in some places.
What are you, police? He's a police officer, so she's an officer.
Who else would he?
My glasses and everything is part of the rent.
I can't tell if they're driving or not because
If
this
you-
camera is a potato.
Do you have a Florida ID?
I don't answer questions from cops, especially ones that won't call their supervisor. But you might need to.
Okay, I'm gonna charge
there's
you.
a thought.
I'm gonna charge you with obstruction.
And that's going to get
You
bounced in a
have to
second.
raise your hand.
Okay, now I believe this officer really is the rookie the other one said he is, because I'm sorry, officer, you're an idiot because you already know her name. You clearly have her ID because you said her name before she did. So, good luck on the obstruction charge. You're making yourself look really stupid.
I am
don't-
not obstructing.
That is not you.
How
That
did-
picture
Oh.
right there.
Okay,
That is not who.
he's claiming she has
Maybe
a
like
false ID.
30 years ago.
So
I'm
what
asking
if
for
it's
your
still...
identity. You have to give me.
Okay, really, dude, lose the Beavis and Butthead voice. Like, okay, if he's claiming she has a fake ID, then I retract what I said about the obstruction charge, but he didn't say that until now. And he kind of just admitted, yes, the photo on the ID does bear a resemblance to her, it just might be old. Well, just because an ID is old doesn't make it invalid. Like, I've had the same social insurance card for like over 20 years. It's really old. I worry it might break sometimes because it's plastic. It's still valid.
That you're under arrest.
I don't know. I want.
Are you
I
kidding
want my
me?
lawyer.
Are
Are
you
you-
kidding
I
me?
want my lawyer.
Are you kidding me with this attitude?
I'm serious, and I want my lawyer.
And again, I mean the cop. She's giving him attitude, no doubt. But he's a joke.
My ID in your
This. I don't know that this is you.
This guy has his ID in my hand. You put this here.
I don't know
And
that this is
to be
you,
recorded.
And this
I
name
will-
that it says on here is Christine Scott. I'm not trying to insult your intelligence, but there's probably 20 Christine Scotts within 5 miles of us.
Did I tell you?
You did not
that
give me
I
your
asked
social. You
for
did not give me a middle
lawyer?
name. You did not give me your
You
address.
didn't ask
I'm
for...
charging you with obstruction.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I will.
I don't remember. I think he asked for her birthday. I don't remember him asking for all that.
Nice.
Supervisor, jerk.
And also, Christine Scott is not the most common name.
So,
If her
I
name
want
was
you to
Jane
call your
Smith, I
supervisor
understand.
now. It is how it works. I don't answer questions. I understand you're stealing my stuff. I heard you. You're stealing my stuff. I heard you. There is, yes. Okay. So I beg you for your supervisor.
Okay, they really need to clean
And you're
this
stealing my
camera.
stuff. And you feel so proud of it. This is what you do. What do
But
you
again, I saw the cop like rolling her eyes and sticking her tongue out or whatever. Maybe she's chewing gum. But again, completely unprofessional.
cops for when this is what you are? How horrible are you? How horrible are you?
Not horrible.
Horrible!
I
Why are
said
you
not
arguing?
horrible.
Why are you arguing?
So the
Why?
devil.
Why are you
There's
arguing?
nothing here, no sign that says I can't go in there. This is a false arrest. That's what this is.
No,
Understand
not.
What that ramification is. That guy had no authority, and you don't have the authority to do this either. 81009 is the Florida statute for trespass. I'm aware of
Okay.
it. Are you Do you know who owns this property? It's open until midnight. I have the right to be here.
Getting the impression she's
You
been
have me
trespassed
under
before.
false imprisonment right now, and she's stealing
No.
my stuff. And you're threatening me and refusing to call your supervisor. You are the devil.
Okay, do not
How
respond.
dare you?
Just let the lady run her mouth. Who
6.09 is
cares?
the statute. Look it up. I have not violated it.
You did. You were asked to leave and you didn't.
Your
There's a
supervisor.
Christine Scott.
N-O.
I've been going through.
False arrest.
Fake news.
Okay. Fire the female cop. Fire her. She's being an immature toddler right now. Both of them need to shut up. Like, this lady is obnoxious. I thought I was going to spend this video being annoyed at her. I'm annoyed as hell at these cops. They're both just immature little children. And for her to be standing there going, N-O, fake news. Where do you think you are, bitch? Like, where do you think you are right now? What do you think you are doing right now? I would fire her in a heartbeat. And this guy is going back to school. If he's a rookie, maybe he can be retrained, but he needs a serious attitude adjustment. He needs to grow the hell up.
No, that's real news.
Fake news.
Really?
Yes.
No sign says
Why
I
are you
can't be
arguing?
there. Not a one.
Stop
And this
arguing.
park is open till midnight.
Is there?
False arrest.
That's not a part of the park.
Just take
Yes,
her to
it
jail.
is.
No, it's
It
not.
absolutely
Why
is.
do you think there's
The
gates?
risk
Because what are they doing right now? Nothing. Like, he's apparently trying to find her name, which he already has. You can do that at the station. You need to get moving. Both of you need to stop engaging with her. Because there's nothing to be gained at this point. She's not going to tell you anything. You have pissed this woman off to where all she's going to do is argue with you. So, get on with it already.
Eckert Hall contracts with the park and with the city. It is most certainly part of the lookup planning and lookup zoning. It is.
I've been
too.
here since the ground broke at this park.
I don't care.
Well,
That doesn't mean it's not part of the park. It
Yes,
just
it
means that you're
does.
ignorant to the law on this fact. That's all, Miss Stealing My Stuff.
Even if the facility
I'm
is
glad you
private,
think that's
it's still
funny. I
part of
do
the
you
park.
know the Yankees are going
Doesn't
to the
make it
World
open.
I
Series?
can care less.
Have you been to the Pinellas County Jail before?
I don't answer
You can
questions.
answer questions.
I already asked for a lawyer. I want a lawyer.
Call one at the jail.
And once I ask
I'm
you
gonna
for
say
a
yes,
lawyer,
she
you need to
has.
Stop asking me questions.
We're trying
You're
to determine your
violating my
identity.
rights. This is
No, we're
false
not.
imprisonment.
You are exhausted.
You gotta
You
be
are
kidding
the-
me.
Like, I haven't had someone as
I
exhausting
don't
as you.
care.
I know you don't.
I don't care
Really?
for you at all.
You've never
You're
had someone as
ignorant,
exhausting of
in
her.
my
Again,
opinion, of
are
the
these
law
two
on
even
this
real cops?
matter, and you are violating my rights and you're wasting my time when I've got stuff to do.
I got stuff to do
I
too.
could care less.
Well, I
This
don't care
is-
about your
Well,
stuff.
you're
then.
wasting my. Oh, really?
What?
No kidding.
God, what a
No
horrible
kidding.
You've been on the force for 10 years. I'm going after your
10
pension
years.
Yeah.
because this is a
10 years.
violation
And
of
she still acts like this.
your oath.
No, it's not.
Oh, I know you don't
That's
care about it,
definitely
sweetie.
I didn't
It's
say I didn't
obvious.
care. I just said it's
Oh my
not.
The
God.
woman was charged with criminal trespassing, concealing identity, and resisting arrest.
Oh, really?
Thanks for watching today's video. If you haven't already, please like and
Okay. We got a lot to break down because, wow, the female cop just keeps getting more and more freaking immature. Like, and the arguing back and forth, they both sounded like toddlers at the end. But the female cop needs to be fired, okay? Thank you for the 10 years. Please retire if I'm being nice. Otherwise, I will fire you because your entire attitude and demeanor is disgusting. And I wouldn't accept that from the clerk at a flower shop, let alone somebody carrying a badge and gun. You showed incredibly poor judgment. You kept engaging with and antagonizing the woman you arrest. And you're prolonging things for several minutes after she has made it clear she's not going to give you any more information. So get her to the jail. I handle IDing her there. or accept the ID that she gave you, which she claims is real. And he didn't say that it was a fake ID. He just said he didn't think that it was hers unless it was an older picture, which it well could be. And if you ever actually looked at the photos on ID, especially if they're in black and white, they're not always so great. They don't always look really like you do every day. I've got one where like the angle was so high because they had the camera set for people that are like 6 feet tall. I'm 5'6", and so literally in the square for my face to be, there is this much, you can't even see, but there is like almost a full like half inch of just dead space above my head, and the angle is really steep, so it makes my face look weird. Plus I had white eyeliner on that day because I didn't know the photo was going to be in black and white, which also makes my eyes look really weird in the photo. So I have no idea whether that was really her ID or not, but I think that cop doesn't either. He gets an F. He gets sent back to school. He needs to go retrain and grow the hell up because he was acting like an immature brat too. And he didn't know when to stop engaging. And he should not have lied about calling a supervisor. Either tell her, no, I'm not going to and I'm not required to, or do it. But don't lie about it, because if he hadn't lied about it, I think she probably would have given him like the information that he was looking for, which he didn't ask for, by the way. Like, I'm almost certain he only asked for her birthday. He never asked her for like her address, her social, any of that. So, you know, the refusing to ID, I see that getting dropped immediately, because unless they can prove the ID she gave him is fake, you know, they had her ID. So what are you trying to pull there? The only thing that's legit is the trespassing, but like I said, from the way that they've handled it, any halfway decent lawyer will absolutely make it go away, and that's if they even choose to prosecute. Because again, this is such a minor thing. Like, in a lot of places, trespassing isn't arrestable anymore. It's just a ticket because it is such a waste of time. And what is a court gonna do anyway? They're gonna wind up giving her like a $50 fine. That's it. So it's just a waste of time and money to prosecute. So 9 out of 10, it'll get dropped anyway. And that's without having the things in this video, which make it very sussy. But those are my thoughts. What are yours? As for the title, police teach extremely entitled woman she doesn't meet the rules. I will say she was entitled, yeah. There was some entitlement. As for teaching her anything, absolutely not. Absolutely not. She 100% believes that she's right, and she might be. But that's where we find ourselves. What are your thoughts? Please let me know in the comments. Do you think the officers were as immature as I find them to be? Do you think this woman was the wildest person they've ever seen? How small is where you live if they're both, like, apparently just so shocked at this wild woman who didn't even resist them in any way at all? Like, really, do you spend most of every shift sleeping if you think that was wild? But if you are new here, please like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for the next one. Until then, I've been Insane Lane as well as a Canadian girl. Take care of yourself. Love on a fur baby. Bye bye.